Oh, folks, we are just getting ever so closer to the Philly shows. If you are going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the next 2 weeks, well, here's what specifically the 17th and the 18th of November. Here's where you need to be. If you're going to be at PAX Unplugged on Friday, me and my co-creator, the contender, John Teasdale, are going to be giving a talk at PAX Unplugged. So, 3 p.m. on Friday, the 17th, how to lose $40,000 on a successful Kickstarter. We will learn you up and then show you how you're better than us because you did not lose $40,000 on a Kickstarter. Then the next night, the 18th, I am doing my live politics show. It is free to get in with a $10 suggested donation. We are going to be at Shot Tower Coffee at 7 p.m. That is at 542 Christian Street. Again, live politics at Shot Tower Coffee, 542 Christian Street. It's going to be a different kind of show. I guarantee you guys are going to like it. I'm going to do my oral history of the Monica Lewinsky scandal, my favorite scandal in all of politics. Man, it's going to be a blast. So again, the 17th, 3 p.m. at PAX Unplugged. That's for card games and board games if you ain't hip to the lingo. November 18th, that's a Saturday, 7 p.m., Shot Tower Coffee, 542 Christian Street. I will see you, Philly!
Ugly ain't the half, look at you. Well, you got blue teeth and you only got 2 teeth, but I kinda like to see you smile. And it appears that over the years you've turned into a big old steaming pile. And she said, yeah, I know I ain't no supermodel. I said, you ain't a hand model, baby, but that's fine. You're pretty ugly by most people's standards, but you're all right by mine.
Oh, I had my mic muted. I couldn't. I was doing a whole big like, oh, and I only came in halfway. All right, whatever. Fuck it. It's fine. It's not going to ruin the show. Maybe it will. We will have to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Justin Robert Young Show. My name is Justin Robert Young. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Sex cult. We got a sex cult on our hands, sex cult in our midst. In our midst. I mean, I guess it's up in somebody's midst, but in our midst, that's another one of those words no matter what, you always sound drunk saying it, huh? There's a killer in our midst. Are you drunk? No, I'm trying to solve the case. And we must not waste haste. Indeed, the killer is in our midst right now. I want to ask y'all a serious question. Is there any television show that you've loved so much that you'd break something for? Because we got these people out here fucking breaking their goddamn coffee machines because Sean Hannity's in a fight with the coffee machine people. And we also have yet another edition to This Week in Sexual Assault. Sex sells. And listen, we're going to talk a lot about all sorts of stuff that involves sex. Not a lot of sexy talks about sex, but some sex talk. All right. Let me just get this out of the way. I'm leaning back now in my chair. I know we're live on twitch.tv, and everybody normally, you want to be some big active streamer. You want to be like right up in the camera. You just got to be right up in there screaming and yelling because somebody's got to get to the objective. Protect the payload. But I'm leaning back in my chair right now, and the reason why I'm leaning back in my chair is because I am full. I went to Chipotle for lunch. And let me ask as a larger question, what the fuck happened to Chipotle? Like, I'm not here to say that Chipotle is the best Mexican food ever, right? I live in the Bay Area. There's plenty of really great burrito places within reach. But every once in a while, you like comfort food, stuff that you have fond memories about. You're not necessarily just eating the ingredients. You're eating your own nostalgia. Sometimes you just know what you're going to get. You know what those tastes are. You're not here for some kind of adventure. You want familiarity. So today I had a hankering for Chipotle. Let me just say, as a larger experience, that Chipotle has fallen off quite a bit in my mind. There was a time when I knew exactly what I was going to get in a gigantic Chipotle burrito, and I would eat it up yum-a-dum-dum. It was just a fun flavor bomb that would explode in my mouth and then settle like the foundation of an old Victorian, layer by layer of cement in my stomach. It was pretty good. I'm old enough to remember that there was a time when people would love when a Chipotle came to their town. It was social coup. They would give a burrito out the first day they opened, and you'd line up around the corner, and I just realized that I now sound like Grandpa Simpson, which was fashion at the time. But I'm not going to talk about the decline of Chipotle, nor am I going to speculate on why it now sucks, because it indeed did suck today. But rather, I want to mention this. Because Chipotle had this big ingredients scandal that came out a couple weeks or months ago, probably a year ago, actually. And they've been trying to get back in the game, trying to catch their mojo back. And one of the things that they're doing to scare people on into their little house of burrito-dom is they're now bringing another element that is beloved in Tex-Mex cooking to their menu. And that is queso. If you're what we like to scientifically refer to as white, queso... I'm just kidding. I mean, Texans love queso. If you're like white from somewhere not Texas or California or Arizona... Some white people, not all white people, but hashtag some white people, though. You might not know what queso is. Queso is a thick cheese that is spiced, oftentimes used as a dip for like salsa. Now I'm feeling bad that I'm characterizing white people as not knowing what queso is. If you're white and you have no idea what queso is, please say so in the chat or email me, justinrobertyoung@gmail.com. So all of a sudden, Chipotle makes a big deal. We've got queso. Hey, friends, it's me, Ted Chipotle. If you like to get a burrito but have been wondering, hey, bro, where's the queso? Well, then come on down because we got queso now. SFX, Ted Chipotle, ollies on his skateboard and then floats into the sky where he high-fives Jesus. We're getting a few white people that don't know what queso is. So I decided, you want to know what? I like to try new things. Let me go ahead and try queso at Chipotle. Now let me also list my bona fides. I think I've tried almost every new Taco Bell menu item. I love Taco Bell. Taco Bell, again, everybody gets their little knickers in a twist when you're like, I love Taco Bell. It's not real Mexican. fucking food. No. It's Taco Bell. Of course it's not real Mexican food. It's Taco Bell. It's from a little country called Taco Bell. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to speak the native tongue. Yo quiero Taco Bell. That stands for come to the fucking Taco Bell. So I'm used to random, sometimes disappointing menu items. I've been there. I've been there. I've done that. I feel like I'm fairly forgiving. I like to have a novel experience when I come in to my totally prepackaged fast food Mexican. So I didn't have high hopes for this Chipotle. This queso at Chipotle. I thought it was just going to be all right. What I got was an abomination, ladies and gentlemen. It was disgusting. It was awful. It was horrendous. Somebody should be arrested right now. In fact, on CNN right now, Wolf Blitzer should be like, another lady comes forward in the Roy Moore scandal. Wait. We're getting in our ear right now that we have live footage of the CEO of Chipotle being perp walked out of the HQ. Also implicated is Ted Chipotle, the new spokesperson who skateboarded to heaven in that famous ad. Like, there's just, how do I even describe how bad it was? Number one, it violated the cardinal rule of queso. A primary ingredient in queso is Velveeta cheese. This shit should be barely real cheese. You know? Like, it should be just processed within an inch of its life sludge that happens to be so salted with cheese flavor that it just evenly pours on literally everything because it's an abomination against physics created by the food scientists of the United States of America and Mexico to coat our stomachs as if it were Robitussin for our bellies. Instead, it had almost like chunks in it. Like it was almost curdled. I literally am so against returning shit and getting refunds. Like, I don't like doing it. It makes me uncomfortable. I used to work in food service. I know that it's never a good feeling for anybody involved. I don't give a fuck about the $3. Whatever. Leave it go. I almost went back to the goddamn counter and got my queso back. My queso money. I almost went up there and I said, do you know that this is a goddamn abomination against God? If Jesus walked into here, hey, listen, you fucking look at me, you son of a bitch. I would say to the 16-year-old who's taking my order, hey, listen here. If Jesus Christ were to walk into here, would you spit in his face? Because that's basically what you're doing when you look the brilliant, beautiful heritage of queso and you absolutely disgusted with this absolute abomination. The Chipotle queso turned the frickin' frogs gay. I don't know why this got me so fired up, man. I was so upset. I've never been so let down. Queso is so hard to fuck up. There's a reason why it's like bar food. Chili's does a decent queso. They're Chili's. Chili's just fucked up their baby back ribs song on their new commercial. Anybody else seen this? Chili's is like we're more than baby back, baby. No, it's like they don't even say baby back. It's like baby. We are run by babies. We are actually a company staffed by infants. We're now run by babies, and then 4 babies start crying. No, but they have a new song where it's like, we're more than baby back ribs. It's like, no shit, asshole. Nobody was just running up into Chili's being like, only ribs. What the fuck? Get these fucking burgers off the menu. They're just like, all right. No, I've been to Chili's. Some of my friends are, some of them get the fajitas. Some of them get the burgers. Some of them get the ribs. You don't need to take away the one thing that everybody was able to sing your song about. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. I want to know. I want to know if everybody's listening right now. I really want to ask y'all a question. Is there any show that you've loved so much that you would destroy shit you own for? Like, let me ask y'all this. Like, I've loved a lot of shows. I've loved a lot of television shows, and I've evangelized for them. I've told my friends. I've tweeted for shows. I bought their DVDs. I've supported them monetarily. But I don't know if there's anything that I would like break my own shit for. That's exactly what's happening now. Fans of the Sean Hannity show are wrecking their Kruigs. You know, and I have a Kruig. Here's another thing that gets me fucking cheesed off. Y'all want to listen? I'm gonna go on a ranty episode. If you want to know what, go ahead and let me know. Email me justinrobertyoung@gmail.com. Can I just? I want to get into this. These Kruig fancy pants hipsters, people who hate the goddamn Kruig machine. Keurig, sorry, not Kruig. Keurig. I was reading this thing on where was it? Somebody get me this thing. I think it was on Deadspin. Where they're like, never make a cup of coffee with a Kruig. A Keurig, sorry. I'm Mr. Tell You What to Do. I tell you what to do. And you should never make a thing in a Kruig. A Keurig? I keep fucking it up even though I'm in character. And I can understand the idea of not wanting to get these K-Cups, because if you're not familiar with how a Kruig works, Keurig, you put like a little pre-packaged K-Cup in the machine, close the machine, hit the button, it makes 1 cup of coffee. In fact, I'm going to tell y'all right now, the cup of coffee that I'm holding in my hand was indeed created from a Keurig. But all these, you should just make a French press. Oh, just make a pot of coffee. You want to know what? Raise up off my nuts. How about that? How about you get 1 cup of my nuts? You know? How about that? How about you come and get 1 button, 2 presses. You can make it for a small cup or a large cup of my nuts in your face. Because what if I don't want to boil water, huh? It tastes better. Whatever. I know it tastes better. You want to know what? I know for a goddamn fact that it tastes better when I make it in a French press compared to making it in this goddamn infernal machine. You want to know what this infernal machine does for me? Gets this whole coffee situation down from like a 10-minute process to like a 30-second process. So am I willing to sacrifice that amount of quality, whatever it might be, from your average pour over or French press or what have you in a single serve coffee situation? Am I willing to sacrifice that amount of quality for efficiency? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely I am. Sorry that I value my time. Yeah, is your time really that valuable? You should really be drinking better coffee. You should be drinking my nuts. I don't want to make an entire pot of coffee. Because here's what happened. I make an entire pot of coffee, and the next thing I know, I drink the entire pot of coffee, and then I make another one because I'm all jacked up on coffee, and the next thing you know, about 3 seconds later, I'm like, holy shit, did I drink any coffee today? So I make another pot of coffee. Now I've drank 3 cups of coffee. It's the day after tomorrow, and I'm peeing blood. Is that what you want from me? No. I just want 1 cup. 1 cup of coffee. Is it so hard to understand that I just need 1 cup of coffee? After which I'll have another cup of coffee because that'll only take me a minute to do, right? So then I'll have 3 cups of coffee, a minute and a half now out of my day, so I might have 3 cups of coffee. Then maybe at that point, I'll see 3 cups of coffee that are all drained in front of me, and I'll say, you want to know what? Maybe I've gone too far. Maybe 3 cups of coffee within the last 30 seconds was a little bit too much, and we should calm it down. I don't know. It's a tough decision. Let's put a cup of coffee on. Think this one out. Let's get back to Sean Hannity. So Sean Hannity went to go talking about Roy Moore. Roy Moore is this dude who's running for Senate in Alabama, and he's been like, now his history of dating these teenage girls has kind of come to light. And so Sean Hannity, who in case folks haven't noticed, is a bit of a partisan Republican, he defended him. So, of course, everybody who either A, doesn't like Republicans, or B, doesn't like people who are brazenly trying to date these teenage girls as 30-year-old men, started getting after Hannity's advertisers. One of which is Keurig. So here's what happened. This is about 4 days ago. Angelo Carosone tweeted, "Good afternoon, Keurig. You're currently sponsoring Sean Hannity's show. He defends child molester Roy Moore and attacks women who speak up against sexual harassment. Please reconsider." Keurig wrote back. They said, "Hey, Angelo, thank you for not being some nose up your own asshole snob piece of shit who fucking needs everybody to be making a gigantic boiling pot of water that has one of those big, long, like, beep, like goose head nozzles so you might gently pour it over a pour over in a circular motion. Please, always clockwise, never counterclockwise. The pour over will be spoiled if you pour the water over wrong. Thank you for not being one of the bourgeoisie in this country who believe that the only way that coffee should be drank is if every little piece of this process is done as if you're fucking Amish." It's not what Keurig wrote, but it's what I kind of imagine that they said in this space between Angelo, and thank you for your concern for bringing this to our attention. We worked with our media partner and Fox News to stop our ad from running during the Sean Hannity show. So here's what happened. Now there's people who are really upset about it, and they're smashing their Keurigs. Here we go. Let's listen.
Oh, nice. All right, now I just need a hammer. Whoa!
All right, this guy's doing like tricks. There we go. All right. Yeah. By the way, that's the Keurig machine that I have, and so he's playing the Office Space song as he's bashing the Keurig with a hammer, pops it open. It's still like, I feel like it's running. Like it's got like steam and shit coming off it. So I guess I just don't know, man. Like what is that line? Like what how much do you need to love something to be like, yeah, I'm going to smash this? Or alternatively, what if people just don't like Keurigs? Also, Sean Hannity loved that shit. Oh my God. He said, I'm humbled and speechless and frankly laughing my ass off. I love all my deplorable friends. Thank you and game on. Deplorable friends, I am buying 500 coffee makers tomorrow to give away. Details on radio and TV. Hint, best videos. I mean, I don't really have much of a point on this. I guess if it's your own shit, then you can just you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, right? But like, I don't think there's anything that'd be like, oh, you used to advertise on this thing I like, and now you don't advertise. So I'm gonna smash my shit and make a video about it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's like a pour over thing. A pour over sponsored something that I liked. I don't know what I don't even know what a brand name for a pour over filter is. Is it like Melita? Is there a Melita? I don't know. Let's get into what really matters. There's a sex cult running around. I was fascinated by this, man. I got into this story last night, and it really kind of captured my attention. So here's where things kind of started. There's a story in the New York Times that ran last month called "Inside the Secretive Group Where Women Are Branded." Holy shit. That seems really fucking serious. Let's go ahead and read the first part of it. Albany. Dateline, Albany. Last March, 5 women gathered in a home near here to enter in a secret sisterhood that they were told was created to empower women. To gain admission, they were required to give their recruiter, or master as she was called, naked photographs and other compromising material that they were warned that such collateral might be publicly released if the group's existence were disclosed. The women in their 30s and 40s belong to a self-help organization called Nixium, which is based in Albany, but has chapters across the country, including, as well as Canada and Mexico. Sarah Edmondson, one of the participants, said she had been told she'd get a small tattoo as part of the initiation. She was not prepared for what came next. Each woman was told to undress and lie on a massage table, while 3 others restrained her legs and shoulders. According to one of them, their master, a top Nixium official named Laura Salzman, instructed them to say, "Master, please brand me. It would be an honor." A female doctor proceeded to use a cauterizing device to sear a 2-inch square symbol below each woman's hip, a procedure that took 20 to 30 minutes. For hours, muffled screams and the smell of burning tissue filled the room. "I wept the whole time," Miss Edmondson recalled. "I disassociated out of my body." Now here's where we get interesting. Since the late 1990s, an estimated 16,000 people have enrolled in courses offered by Nexium, which it says are designed to bring about greater self-fulfillment by eliminating psychological and emotional barriers. Most participants take some workshops, like the group's Executive Success Program, and resume their lives. But other people have become more deeply drawn into Nexium, giving up careers, friends, and families to follow its leader, Keith Rainier, who is known within the group as Vanguard. Now, I'm admitting to you guys right now as I read that I'm telling you this story backwards from how I read about it. Because when you read through this story, and it's well reported and very, very well written, and also I love this picture. This dude in this picture is just He is just like, if you were to like imagine somebody stopped this dude on the street and he was like, hey, can we take a picture for you or about you? And he's like, sure. What is this for? And you're like, oh, this is a story in the New York Times about how you're secretly a cult leader. What? Not says he looks like a dude I'd see in the dispensary. He does. He looks like the dude behind you in line at the dispensary who's just like, I don't know. Should I do more CBD? Should I do more CBD? Should it be sativa or indica? What's the potency? He makes this sound at all times. In fact, if you just look in this picture, and I'll post this on my Twitter at Justin R. Young. You just can't help but think that he continues to make the name or make this sound. Captain Funder says he looks like someone just gave away a spoiler for his favorite show. What do you mean? Does Baltar die? So this story is really well done, but that's not why I started reading this story. I started reading this story because there was another headline that got ran. You see, once this story got ran, other stories started to get ran. And one of them was the more interesting version and the way that I lured you in to this story, which is the Daily Mail's headline. Now, this is an amazing headline. Look at this. Former Smallville actress is second in command in a sex cult under investigation for extorting, beating, and branding its members, including Catherine Oxenberg's daughter. I don't really know who Catherine Oxenberg is, but apparently she was in Dynasty. So here we go. The former star of the hit series Smallville has been identified as a high-ranking member of a sex cult. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, ba bing, bing, a bing, bing, a ding, da ding, ding, da ding. That is what we call a lead. That is what we call a lead. When we like to read the lead, and we know that you need to speed, because that's what you do when you read a lead that's good as this. Oh! That's such a good lead, I'm going to read it twice. The former star of hit series Smallville has been identified as a high-ranking member of a sex cult. High-ranking member of a sex cult. Last month, the New York Times broke the story about a secret sorority that brands women, putting them on starvation diet, and beats them if they don't recruit enough slaves. The group, called DOS, is reportedly a secret society for the highest-ranking female members within the self-help group NXIVM. To outsiders, NXIVM is just a run-of-the-mill self-improvement group, offering classes that teach answers to living a successful and fulfilling life. But ex-members told the Times that NXIVM functions as a cult for people at the high levels of the group who have dedicated themselves to full-time founder Keith Rainier and his teachings. But on Wednesday, a former spokesman for the group, Frank Parlato, told The Sun that Emmy award-winning actress is a key recruiter for DOS. While The Sun did not name the actress, DailyMail.com can reveal that Allison Mack, who played Clark Kent's sidekick Chloe Sullivan on the long-running CW series Smallville, is that lady. How screwed up is this? How screwed up is this? They brand these ladies who join this cult with this like logo that Keith Rainier and apparently Allison Mack have their initials in it. Like you can see it. It's a KR and an AM in the brand itself. So apparently, here's the deal. They first you go to these things and they're like, "Hey man, are you feeling bad about yourself, man? Come here to this self-help group. We're going to show you how to be a better person." Cool, man. Show me your secrets. Cool. Well, first, don't feel bad about yourself. Oh, shit, man. That's a great idea. I'm going to do that from here on out. Awesome. That'll be $5,000. Well worth it. I'm going to go do good. 5 minutes later. Ah, man, you taught me a lot of stuff, but I really haven't been able to put it into use. Let me go ahead and come back. All right, awesome. Well, now you come back so many times that you're part of this group. Meanwhile, at DOS headquarters, Allison Mack and Keith Rainier, cult leader and lady what was in Smallville, have a harem of women who are very, very, very much invested in this dude's ideas. But here's the problem with a harem. You know, at some point, you're going to be like, well, I mean, you know, this guy, this cult leader, is going to be like, how do I say this? How do I say this? I've had sex with all of you a lot. And like, I don't want any of you. All right, hey, harem meeting real quick. Can we all just get ears up, everybody? Come on, just put down your iPad minis. We have a harem meeting here. So, like, I don't want anyone to take it personally, okay? But, like, you know when you first got the iMac? Like, whether it was back in the day when you got the iMac with either it was like just the monitor, like the CRT monitor, but the whole computer was in there, or maybe it was that Sunflower one, right? Where it was like the one little dome and then the big swingy monitor, like the flat monitor. And when you first got that, you were like, "Oh my God, this shit is the best. I love it. I love it." And then, you know, and you have that computer, man, for years. For years. And man, I mean, I love both of them. Like I would sometimes I would go ahead and just like I would boot them both up at the same time. Like I'd be having a great time with both computers. But then, you know, the iPhone comes out. And it's not like I don't love the iMac anymore, Karen. But, you know, I just kind of need, I want to see what's up with these other things. You know, like maybe some of the technology that was born a little sooner, right? No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Everybody wants a new iPhone. I just need a little new blood in this harem of mine. Okay, so it's fine. Everybody will be good. Yes. Yes, Karen. I just don't need the headphone jack anymore. Okay. I want to have sex with new women, all right? I'm sorry that I went all with this analogy. I just want to have sex with new women. Can I please have sex with younger women? I run a harem. Then he storms off because it was an awkward situation. But lo and behold, his good friend, Allison Mack, and she comes in and she's like, hey, remember me on Smallville? And he's like, oh, my God. Thank you, Allison. So did you hear what I just said? She's like, I totally understand because I would like to have sex with younger women too. So what do you say we make it mandatory that all the harem needs to recruit new members to the harem, and they gotta be at a certain age range? Bada bing. That's why she was there. She was recruiting women that were younger and more attractive so this dude could have sex with them. And they were getting branded. Yes, Knots in the chat room nails it. He was a multi-level marketer harem. It's like, listen, I know it sounds a lot like you're paying a lot right now, but just wait until you're getting to choose your own harem. Here we go. This is back to the Daily Mail story. DOS operates in a master-slave hierarchy with Rainier at the top and Mac in his immediate subordinate. From there, Mac has several slaves of her own who are then ordered to recruit a group of slaves themselves as it spreads down from there like a pyramid scheme. Women in the group allegedly kept a 500 to 800 calorie a day diet because Rainier likes thin women and believes that fat interferes with their energy levels. Slaves must immediately answer their masters at any time or call them, and if they do not recruit enough slaves of their own, they are beaten with a paddle on their buttocks. The Frank report alleges that it was Mac who introduced corporeal punishment into the group. When women were deemed worthy to enter, they were ordered to strip at an initiation ceremony and then branded with a symbol that includes both Rainier and Mac's initials. The blog also says that there's yet another tier of the cult above DOS, women who perform so well in DOS that they are invited to join Rainier's harem. And Mac has assumed the top position of the harem. Quote, Miss Mac has proven capable in the recruitment department, replacing many aging harem members with younger, more nubile women. Riot 2003 says this isn't a cult, this is a BDSM club. No, it's a cult. When you are asked to not talk to your friends and family, and you are willingly or unwillingly made to give up, information, so you might be blackmailed if you spill any secrets, that is a cult. It's Cult Cabana. All right, let's go ahead and get into your emails. You can email me, JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com. That is JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com. Oh, I guess we forgot to do the sexual assault story. George Takei, or Takei, has been accused by a male model of being handsy, grabbing up on some junk. I don't even know. This is just such a weird one. Not because I don't believe that dude got his junk grabbed by George Takei. But just because it's like so weird now that we're like playing. I think we've always on some level played politics with sexual assault, but now it's like this like super fucked up game of tennis where it's like, oh, big Democratic donor Harvey Weinstein. Boom. Oh, you guys sexual assault people. Then it's like, oh, yeah, Roy Moore. Boom. Oh, you guys sexually assault people. Then, oh, George Takei. Oh, my. Boom. Oh, you sexually assault people again. Yeah, I don't know. It's just gross and weird. JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com is where you can write us in. We we did a little, we had a publicite last week on the show. We had an emailer write in, told a story about something that he holds deep regret about. I'm just going to give you all the 10 peso version. Moving in party. He's living with a couple, so him and a couple in a 2-bedroom, I assume. They have a little party to welcome themselves, a little housewarming party. Night eventually ends with the couple, another couple, and him. This is the writer. 5 people. The 2 women of the couple start making out. Next thing you know, all 5 of them go into the bedroom. Clothing is removed. And our author, in a drunken haze, finds himself with his mouth upon a titty. The lady whose titty it was says, "Excuse me, this is not for you. This is not a community titty." He says, "Okay, I'm sorry," and leaves. And he feels very, very bad about that time that he took advantage of the situation. So, we asked for you guys to vote. Is he absolved of his guilt, or are we giving him 7 years more guilt? Well, I'm here to say that it was unanimous. Congratulations, Anonymous. In the case of the community titty, you are absolved. Hear ye, hear ye. We would now like to announce that the man for which found himself with his mouth upon a titty is absolved. Absolved, absolved. Rubble, 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 rubble. Karmakin wrote in on this just to get it right. Here's my personal, probably outside-the-box reaction to Anonymous Diamond. I don't think he did anything wrong. However, I think everybody involved in the local social, cultural norms he was involved in are playing with fire. I think it's an easy way for people to get burnt and hurt as things naturally escalate and boundaries get pushed, and especially when these local norms come into conflict with wider customs. I'm not saying anybody is bad or wrong, just not to be too surprised if and when it does happen. I think it's perfectly fine, maybe even healthy, when everybody understands that there's a lot of gray area. But I'm not sure if that's sustainable in the long run, especially in our culture, which seems to want to track towards zero tolerance, at least that on a theoretical level. If you really want to be safe, it's best to avoid these types of situations outright. But at the same time, I think a lot of people, there's a concern in missing out on experiences that make things difficult. Truth is, the track towards zero tolerance is doing way more harm than good for everybody involved, and we probably need healthier ways to talk about this stuff. Thanks for the great shows. Have a good day. I don't even think it's necessarily all that complicated. I think it's probably just a situation where, like, maybe there was part of that party that was into that dude being around. And then he found himself with his mouth upon a titty, and that titty was like, it doesn't feel like I thought it was. But you exit stage left. And I commend Anonymous Diamond for getting the fuck out. Not harshing the mood. Not being like, whatever, man. I thought it was totally cool. He rose up and let his pants do the walking. Maybe he was not wearing pants. I was going to say fingers do the walking, but I thought that might make for a weird. Moving on. Open Bayou writes, Louisiana didn't have any kind of local sayings, but New Orleans has a lot. The median that divides the roads in New Orleans is called a neutral ground. The inspection sticker on your car is called a brake tag. The bounce castle you round for parties, we call them moonwalks. I always heard it as moonwalks, too. Ice cones or ice shavings are snowballs. A portion of I-10 that connects Slidell and New Orleans East is called the Twin Spans. Traffic reports don't say northbound or southbound, but lakebound and riverbound. And going to the grocery store is called making groceries. I never heard anyone under 30 say that, though. That's awesome. We love to hear. This is such a weird show. I don't know what we go from like savage love to Bob and Tom so easily. We're like, one hand, it's like, did that titty deserve to be sucked? And then on the other hand, it's, anyway, email in your local customs and we'll read them right here on the show. Meanwhile, who wants to adopt this puppy? God, so fucking weird. We got this long story here, but I feel like I'm going to save it. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to write into the show, go ahead and do it. JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com. Again, JustinRobertYoung@gmail.com. Put JuRY in the subject line. Real quick reminders, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/JuRY. Patreon.com/JuRY. I know the holidays are coming up. This is going to be a tough time money-wise for a lot of people, but I want to make things worth it for you, and I got some stuff planned for the Patreon. So if you can carve it out in your budget to continue to kick stuff in, or you want to just, you like the show, you want to make sure that I keep doing it to the level at which we're doing it now, then go ahead and kick something in. Patreon.com/JuRY. Also, I'm not kidding about this Discord. It's so fun. If you have no idea what a Discord is, just do me a favor and try it. bit.ly/JuRy Discord, JuRY Discord. It's an all-night chat room. It's really great, and we've separated into channels thanks to all the mods that have put that together. It's the one-stop shop to find all the videos that I put out all the time. It's just great. Check it out, bit.ly/JuRy Discord. Also, Philly! Friday, 3 p.m. at PAX Unplugged. Myself and John Teasdale will be giving our talk, How to Lose $40,000 on a Successful Kickstarter. Man, we've already run through it a couple times. It's really fun. I feel like this is going to be a really, really, really good time. Also, I'm doing a live politics show in Philadelphia the next night, Saturday, the 18th, 7 p.m., Shot Tower Coffee. Philadelphia, this Saturday, the 18th, Shot Tower Coffee. The oral history of the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Oh, boy, howdy. It's going to be a fun time. I'm super psyched. Free show, $10 suggested donation, but I'm bringing some stickers that you'll get if you make the donation. Finally, you can follow me Twitter and Instagram at Justin R. Young. Ladies and gentlemen, if you find yourself eating shitty queso, if you find yourself in a sex cult, if you find yourself being a Keurig snob, if you find yourself accusing George Takei of sexual assault, ladies and gentlemen, remember that your old pal Justin Robert Young, a.k.a. JuRY, is right here for you at twitch.tv/Justin R. Young. And until next week, I remind you to please don't.
You have enjoyed this program.